All right. Let's watch the Fall 76. Okay, so I know when the game originally came out that apparently it was really bad. Really bad. I know they fixed it, but apparently Internet Historian kind of covered it at the beginning. So I'm excited about this. That was really fast. I never played 76. Is the audio too loud or is it fine?
If you found this tape, it means that everyone is dead. Or working at a different office. How did this happen? Well, I'll tell you. Buckle up, buckaroos. Today's lesson is the misfired launch of Fallout 76. June 2018. It began with everyone getting just a little hyped up.
Have we waited long enough, guys?
Oh God, yes we have, Todd.
I think we have.
Fallout 76, Bethesda's biggest game yet. My God, it was exciting.
Yeah, I remember it was like a huge thing being released. Everyone was super excited about it.
And they promised we'd know more at E3. E3 hype time.
E3.
The press conference. 16 times the detail.
16 times the detail.
Oh my gosh.
All new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology.
4 times the map size.
It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
4
And
times!
it's our biggest one yet.
My God, it was exciting.
Oh my gosh, that person's really excited.
November 14th, 2018. The game goes live with a day 1 patch of 50 gigabytes.
For fuck's sake. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
But once that's downloaded, people start logging into the hellscape that is Fallout 76. And oh dear lord, they never fix the bugs.
Oh no.
And there are so many of them. Goodbye world, goodbye necks, goodbye body.
Okay, I heard it was bad, but not where are their heads?
Goodbye heads, bugs everywhere. Server crashes, game crashes, old bugs imported from Fallout 4. Use more than one nuke at a time, server's dead. Textures far too texturous, an all-consuming void. Error log 307. Can't pick up stuff, can't stop asserting dominance with a T-pose, frame rate problems, screen...
I feel like that's scarier.
Can't pick up stuff, can't stop asserting dominance...
What is this? I mean, their arms aren't T-posed enough, I will say, but they're at least trying. The gliding is what's actually terrifying. Look at this.
with a T-pose, frame rate problems, screen tear problems, getting too swole, getting underneath the map, getting attacked by invisible enemies, spawning too many enemies.
It kind of speaks for itself.
Spawning too many god rays. Also, your camp resets after every session, and sometimes it goes underwater.
It
Holotapes randomly play static, but too many holotapes mean none of them will play. Enemy AI is far more A than I. Animations are broken. Surprise! Floating objects and a traveling merchant. Just to name a few.
That wasn't.
Joseph Anson has a great video that documents just the ones that he found personally. That video is 3 hours long. But it gets worse. Error CE348780 can corrupt your data and force you to reinstall the game and console operating system.
Still happen?
A few PC players had their computers brick entirely. Also, when the date rolled over to the 1st of January 2019, the nukes in the game stopped working altogether. No one thought it prudent to program in other years in an always online game.
Kind of open
and
9.
a few players were straight up
9,999 hours to
program
open
in other years in an always online game. And a few players were straight up logging into other people's accounts. This guy had a level 78 character that was randomly replaced with a level 8 character.
What?
Bethesda said they couldn't do.
So were they logging into actual other people's accounts, or were they like accidentally getting other people's characters on their account? They couldn't do anything about it. What do you mean? You made the game. What do you mean?
Anything about it. And many players are
Just how do you release a game with that many errors and say, oh, it's fine. It's good enough. It'll be fine.
not thrilled with this game, and
So it's
they
just
want
someone else's
Bethesda to know
account?
that.
Oh my gosh.
And they want everyone else to know that too. But Bethesda owns the platform. Is Fallout 76 fun?
Yes, it is. Banned for racism. Thread locked.
They had no direct outlet for their rage. The
Couldn't
only
handle it.
solution was to put a torch to everything else. Reddit, Twitter, Bethesda's other games on Steam.
Oh,
The
no.
backlash was immense. But surely level heads would prevail. The reviewers would come out and say that the game isn't so bad.
I think the game
Oh,
just
dear
needed to
Lord,
be
they
nuked itself.
This is so sad. Despacito, play Country Roads.
What?
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River.
And the YouTube community had this to say.
It's really f***ing boring.
It
Could
works.
barely bring myself to play it in order to finish this review.
No one on staff wants to play any more of this video game. I'm not going to subject myself to another 20, 30 hours of this fucking mess.
That's
In short,
sad.
Fallout 76 is morally, technically, and creatively bankrupt.
The mods on Bethesda forums were working overtime. The mods on Reddit almost gave up. Look, I'm not saying that some people
You released that game and now you're adding all the stress to your workers of trying to get it fixed. I'm assuming at this point when they started trying to get it fixed, I suppose.
didn't enjoy and have fun with this game. But what I am saying is that the Metacritic was really funny to read. So what happened? Well, it came out that development was hugely rushed. The deadlines were tight. Too tight.
So tiresome.
Plus, this wasn't Bethesda's A-team. It's actually a relatively inexperienced division based in Austin, and the scope of the game kept getting bigger.
We're gonna need distant weather systems.
Hey, Todd.
So you make a game that has four times size the map in a group or a branch of Bethesda that isn't near as experienced as the main group. Why'd you force this on them?
I stayed up all night and I just
We're
finished.
gonna need 16 times the detail.
Please. Todd. No more.
We're gonna need 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
That, and they were trying to patchwork the old Bethesda creation engine into a multiplayer framework. What else could you expect?
It works.
That's why I give my kids
Fallout 76.
Gosh.
Now, Bethesda could tolerate the bugs and the bad reviews and the irate players, but what they couldn't tolerate were the exploits. Infinite
What do you mean they could tolerate the angry people? You literally removed their complaints.
inventory, infinite invisibility. The frame rate was tied to the game speed, so people were going a lot faster than they should. Server hopping for more items, infinite cache, and infinite duplication, unlimited XP, unlimited nuking. The nuclear codes were unencrypted and you could wall clip into the quest room. And someone was given the curse of infinite invincibility. Naturally, this can really mess with other players' online experience. So Bethesda was ready, with the ban hammer
This just
and a
works.
blindfold to wildly flail around and take down anyone who happened by. But Bethesda wasn't satisfied with just banning people.
Playing by the rules, but you're telling people that our game's broken. How dare you? Banned!
No, they're a progressive company with big ideas. They wanted to give a road to redemption. So support sent out this email to players caught cheating. We would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheat software is detrimental to an online game community.
An
That's
essay?
right, 500 words on why you're a very naughty boy, and they may just give you your account back.
What?
But a couple of days later, the mocking from news outlets caused them to reconsider this approach. One more exploit. In all the
Write an essay? What are you gonna do? Get a chalkboard and start writing on it?
outlets caused them to reconsider
As
this
well?
approach.
Over and over and over
One
again?
more exploit. In all the
I will not
Bethesda
cheat.
games,
I will
there's
not
a
cheat.
dev room. Every item in the game is kept here. Security has to be top-notch because otherwise, someone could just waltz in and take all of the best items in the game and it would be an absolute disaster.
The dev room?
Well, shit. Of course, Bethesda wasn't equipped to deal with the issue. People started flooding in, taking the best items in the game, then selling those items on a black market of sorts.
Oh, wow.
At first,
Okay.
they tried the usual approach, banning people who had some of the best items in the game. You spent 700 hours just to get the best gun? Die, cheater. Next, they put in a system where players would get tagged if they ever enter.
So, if the person played 700 hours and actually got the gun in the game properly, they get punished for putting up with all the other bugs in the game. Like, oh, no, you can't have that. Sorry, bye.
The room, and they banned those players. That wasn't much better because people would just start using Smurf accounts. Get in quick with a level 1 account, get all that good shit, then get the fuck out. Then use a duplication glitch to get a ton more of those items. Then transfer that stuff to your main account and you're good to go. Bethesda then takes out this level 1 and calls it mission accomplished. And you've just beaten the game.
Huh. Alright.
So the problem continued. Bethesda is running out of ideas to solve it. There's a lot of speculation in the media and among players about how exactly people are getting in, but no one except for the exploiters knows for sure. That said, Bethesda needs to act fast before it ruins the economy of the game.
Yeah, that, and again, you didn't test it. You didn't think to test, okay, I want to make sure that no one can get in the dev room. Hey, you're assigned to try to get in the dev room of the game. Try your best and see if you can. Oh, you can? All right, we need to fix the problem before we release the game.
So they wrote
didn't
another
test
email
anything.
and sent it out to the Smurfs. Hello, cheater. Do you want to tell us how you did it and we might unban you, please? Should we not hear back from you, the account will simply remain suspended. It's not known whether this approach worked, but from what I've seen, it's still possible to get into the dev room.
You better pay me an actual money. You better pay me a freaking 90% down payment before I tell you, and then you pay the remaining 10%. Yeah, where's Elder Scrolls 6?
November 22nd, 2018. Just a week after the release, the game goes on discount. From $60 to $40,
That's
to
bad.
$35,
Hey.
to $30.
Oh.
You can find it for $15 on eBay, and in Germany, they're straight up giving it for free when you buy a PlayStation controller. Also, some stores are just zip tying it to other products. But to Bethesda, it's worth selling the thing at a price close to zero, because it brings people into the atomic shop, which is where the real margins are, and it inflates the poor sales figures. Let's have a look at those. The latest figures show 76 sold less than a sixth of what Fallout 4 did.
Ew.
Not good. There's also been a massive oversupply of hard copies. Although, what's the point of a hard copy when the thing is just a cardboard disc telling you to redeem an online code?
What?
And while sales are low, returns are.
Oh, you want a physical copy? Sorry, you get the container for what the disc would be, but it's going to be online regardless. Sorry.
High.
But
immediately upon release, people began asking
sometimes you just want to have the feeling of the disc in your hand, man. You just want the physical thing, right?
Bethesda for a refund.
Yeah.
76 is not on Steam. It's on Bethesda's own platform.
Steam doesn't even
so
want
they
it.
have all the control.
Like, nah.
If players only play the game for a few hours, then generally they'd get their money back. However, it came out that people were sometimes getting refunds after a full 24 hours of play. Quite generous. But then word about this spread to forums. Then to Reddit, and a post got 12,500 upvotes informing people that this made pretty much everyone eligible for a refund, and the comments told them exactly how to do it. Bethesda was flooded with requests for refunds. And their response? Shut it down, lads. Flooded with requests for refunds.
Hello?
And their response? Shut it down, lads. No. No one gets a refund now. Everyone go home. Show's over. Robot customer service man engage.
Customers who have downloaded the game are not eligible for a refund. We apologize for the inconvenience. Die.
A few things followed. First, people got mad. One hardcore gamer even trashed a game.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get mad. Hey, you're gonna get a refund. Sorry, you're not gonna get a refund. Now, seeing what this is about to happen, don't trash the GameStop. It's not their fault, okay? because of Fallout 76 and having problems with a refund, it is not GameStop's fault. Please do not take it out on the store selling their product because they have to abide by the rules of the ownership of the product.
GameStop for refusing his refund.
Don't do that. That's awful. Good grief.
Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?
Thank you for calling.
A bit of an overreaction,
The
but
guy's
probably
like, huh?
also fake. Second, the media.
It was fake.
Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?
A bit of an overreaction, but probably
Oh, okay. I think we're just talking to record. Okay.
also fake. Second, the media. And third, a class action lawsuit. Their inconsistent refund policy and terms of service may not be strictly legal. November 27th, 2018. Miglaccio and Rathod LLP filed a class action suit on behalf of customers. Media quickly picked up on that. Their main argument is that it's a sometimes unplayable game owing to its technical problems. Then they're refusing refunds, and that Bethesda is engaged in a strategy to release it anyway, and then slowly patch their way into a more playable
Yeah, you paid for a product that's supposed to work and it's not working, so I mean...
state. Updates on this lawsuit are slow, so I'll keep you informed on the
The
second
first
channel.
time we've seen the face.
Ad time.
Ad time!
Look, there's a meet.
I'm not going to skip the ad this time, okay? Okay.
You're headed straight to Earth. Oh my god. We must do something.
No, not
Was
the meteor.
anyone curious enough to read about it online?
Oh my
Not
gosh.
me. Not me either. Nope. Oh no.
Oh.
Now people think I'm dumb and I have died a virgin.
Whatever shall I do? No.
Don't let this happen to
Well,
you.
I was too
Get
quiet.
Curiosity Street.
I'm not gonna skip the ad.
It's a streaming platform with some of the best documentaries and non-fiction from around the world. Partial nudity? Maybe if you look hard enough. But more importantly, the most arousing thing of all. Maybe if you look hard enough. But more importantly, the most
Importantly.
arousing thing of all.
Oh my gosh, they're pointy!
Knowledge. Works for your Roku,
Pointy knowledge.
Android, etc., etc. It works on everything, okay? Science, nature, history, tech, society. CuriosityStream.com/internet historian for unlimited access to the world's free top documentaries and
Unlimited access. CuriosityStrand.com. Internet historian. The world's top documentaries.
non-fiction series.
Non-fiction series.
Use the promo code Internet Historian during the sign-up process
Use promo code Internet Historian to get the first 30 days free.
to get the first 30 days free.
Yeah.
Then cancel any time.
And cancel
Wink. Please, look, I need sponsors. I bought a lifetime supply of toilet paper thinking I was saving money, but then I left it out in the rain and the crows got it, and now I'm back to square one. Please.
Crows are aggressive.
CuriosityStream.com/internet historian.
Ad's
over.
Yay!
rewind it
Good ad.
Fallout fans made their pre-orders, and the most dedicated pre-ordered the Power Armor Edition.
Ooh.
Wow. It came with a helmet, box, map, army toys,
Well,
and a
that's
genuine
cool.
West Tech canvas bag.
I mean, that's
Fast
pretty
forward to
cool.
the release. And customers noticed that their precious bags, which are supposed to be made of the finest canvas in the land, look a bit
Yummy.
different.
Bruh.
In
That's
fact,
not-
it looks like a carry bag the real bag should come in.
Bruh.
Did they
What?
really just advertise one thing and deliver another? You can't do that. So there was a surge of backlash, and people began emailing Bethesda,
That is
asking for
not a
refunds,
lot.
asking
Is that
for
canvas?
answers. By this
typing
point, customer service is absolutely over it. They are done with the facade, and they send this email in response.
Hello. We are sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it.
Then why would you not look up the price of the bag first? Or at least increase the price for pre-orders, and that way then you could cover making the canvas bag. And you realize that usually with a business, if you order in bulk, you save a little bit per bag. So why would you present a canvas bag and not provide a canvas bag? What?
That's the whole email.
In fact, you still
Staff
have
at Bethesda
yours?
aren't even hiding their contempt anymore.
Did you ever get a canvas
Naturally,
one?
the internet goes wild.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Wow.
Well, I got.
You gotta imagine, when people were like doing unboxings and stuff, when did streaming really start taking off? What year did it start taking off? Because I imagine maybe around this time. When people started unboxing the boxes, that's just a 27. Okay, so yeah, so about a year after then, if this is still 2018. I'm trying to keep up with all the dates now. But, and the people are going to be doing unboxings. And then they're going to take out that nylon bag.
Got so mad, I shaved everything off my face.
Okay, guys, this is a bit of a PR nightmare. We have to quell the outrage. What do we do? Well, we've got this in-game currency. Let's just give them the minimum amount of that. Fantastic idea. Hear ye, hear ye. Anyone who paid $200 to $300 for the Power Armor Edition is hereby entitled to $5 worth of in-game currency that you'll be able to spend with us. 500 atoms? Fuck yeah! What are you gonna do with your atoms? I'm gonna buy
Was it the cost of the nylon bag?
5/18 of the white paint version of the Power Armor. Whoa! What about you? Light wood laminate, light wood laminate, light wood laminate. Fuck the bag! He's right! Fuck the bag! Light wood laminate, light wood laminate, light wood laminate,
Totally worth
Of course,
it.
this was Bethesda's fantasy of what would happen. What really happened is further outrage, and even the media started piling on.
Let me just put them in there.
It even became part of that class action lawsuit from earlier. Bethesda put out a tweet apologizing for their curt customer service and gave a different excuse for why they didn't make it.
Yeah, who needs a cool canvas bag that was promised to you? Why not just take 500 atoms instead? That's the deal.
Bags. A shortage of material, apparently. That was quickly debunked. Because it turns out they did make the canvas bag, except they gave them all out to influencers. Oh,
never mind. So the people that are seen doing the unboxing, they got one. Sorry for all you other people who don't stream. Sorry, you don't get the canvas bag.
dear.
That's
It's
so
not the same one,
dumb.
of course, but it's sourced from that ever-scarce material, canvas.
Canvas.
But what's more amusing is that it turns out there is a canvas bag in the game. If you don the postman's outfit, which of course can be found at the Atom Shop, for 700 atoms.
Why is that postal office
Ooh,
worker
just short.
posing like that?
Well, the bleating from the online community continued,
You
and
buy the
Bethesda's
thing.
lawyers realized there would be trouble, so they decided to capitulate. Alright, fine. We'll make you a precious fucking bag. If you want to claim it, you'll have to fill out this form with your name, personal details, address, etc., etc. And we'll ship out the bag to you in 4 to 6 months. But it doesn't quite end there. Because Bethesda is known for bugs, and of course their website is a buggy mess too. Turns out all of the customer support inquiries are unsecure and open to the public. In fact, people can open and close and change them at will. Listed are details of full legal names, phone numbers, home addresses, and more. If you've requested your canvas bag, you've just been doxxed.
It's like you. It's almost like an identity theft in a way. Like, what? You just put that out in the open? How's Bethesda still around? Or how is the... What?
Not knowing how to immediately fix the problem, Bethesda
works,
panics
though.
and temporarily shuts down the whole website.
Yeah, as you probably
And
should.
that is the tale of the duffel kerfuffle.
That's a quest.
How could this have been so difficult? They made one for New Vegas. One last piece of merch, a rum drink.
Because they wanted to keep the money for themselves. They thought they could get away with it. I'm assuming.
Nuka Cola Dark.
They start getting more money.
Pre-orders
You
available
get more
in
money
September.
hungry.
Shipped out on November 14th. $80 plus postage and handling.
Dollars?
Not cheap.
I think better
But
be
in return, you
unlimited.
got a very cool bootle.
It's
Looks
cool
good on the
bootle,
shelf. A great conversation piece with the family over Thanksgiving.
It's pretty
Or
cool.
at least it would have been.
But not $80.
November 14th came and went, and there was no rum. Okay.
Wait, what? They're just empty bottles?
A week later, on November 21st, an email comes through. There's a delay. Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard, they say.
What's the standard now, anyway? So, like, the I don't know if the bottle gets made at this point, but if it does it contain the drink, or is it just the empty bottle at this point? But wait, there's more!
Fallout standard.
Yeah.
All of this just works. Things aren't up to the
It
usual
works, not
Fallout
well,
standard.
but
So
works
we'll have it for you
somehow.
soon. No specific date given.
1 week later.
Nothing. Then on December 5th, another email. Good news. We start shipping on December 12th.
Okay.
It's been nearly 3 months since you pre-ordered. But as a show of good faith, we made this promotional video for you. And this is where things went from tardy to retardy. Right there. Did you catch that? That's just a regular industry bottle and a plastic shell. We paid $80 and waited a quarter of a year.
What?
Year for a plastic shell? People were not.
Wait, it probably costs like $10, maybe? Why do these things just keep getting worse?
Not happy. Look at that ratio. Nothing in the
Yikes.
marketing said that it was a plastic shell. Super premium, we were promised.
It didn't say it was in a normal bottle as well either, you know. But it looks like a one solid thing and not a freaking shell.
And the media agreed. People began cancelling their orders. Silver Screen tries to convince people that it's not cheap and shitty. It actually costs us twice as much to make the plastic one than the glass one. Then what the fuck?
Like, you've summed it up perfectly.
It's twice as much to make the plastic one than the glass one. Then what the
Then why didn't you just make the glass one? Why didn't you just make the glass one?
fuck? We spent 100 hours coding the design.
You're stupid!
Convincing stuff. So it arrives, just a few days before Christmas. The rum is about the quality you'd expect.
Can I swear on this? It's my own show.
Worse is the design.
kinda
The
sad.
oversized lip means liquid can pour inside the shell.
Hard to pour because how they made this damn thing. Spilled like half the shot.
Very dribbly.
So you're best off opening the whole thing up to
Pour it
prevent
in your
spilling.
own
If you
shell.
do that, there's a good chance that you'll snap the flimsy plastic. Any liquid will immediately ruin this cheap paper sticker. Some made their own at home and the quality was about on par.
Oh, look, that one
But
looks
look, if you
even
do want a
better.
decent version of this product, there are reputable sellers of them. They're on Etsy. They're far
Yo, that Etsy one looked freaking
decent version of
cool.
this product. There are reputable sellers.
Like, look. That's pretty cool. That looks really cool. It's like nice and worn as well, as you would imagine it being. Actual whole bottle, not plastic. That looks really good.
They're on Etsy. They're far cheaper, and they actually give a shit. Not gonna lie though, some of the memes that came out of this were pretty good. Now, many claim that this was an honest mistake.
Sorry.
Or that customers were at fault for misinterpreting ambiguous marketing. I disagree. All of the marketing shows other glass items. All of the mock-ups show something more akin to frosted glass than plastic. They give plenty of descriptions of the product too, and not once do they mention plastic.
Yeah, you don't even see the line. Well, is that the line? I don't know.
And they were engaged in a bunch of other tomfuckery as well. Before the product was even available, they flooded their own product reviews with a bunch of 5 stars.
Wow.
This raised some eyebrows, and people on Reddit even called them out for it. So they
Good.
deleted them. You can see all this activity on the Wayback Machine.
The Wayback Machine.
Now, if they're happy to deceive people in this way, it seems silly to give them the benefit of the doubt about the glass. It's also worth quickly talking about the Bethesda merch store. Some of these items are pretty neat. That's cool. Good idea. Odd have that. Fallout 76 pant. Singular.
Pants,
but why is
just
he
one.
so mad? The photography is all
I don't
just
wanna be
slightly off. This gaudy jacket was mocked relentlessly on social media. But does the $76 and $276 really make it more immersive?
Just make
And
it
why did they just
76
toss it on the ground? And it comes in this crumpled up
Put it on the
toddler body
ground.
bag.
Perfect.
You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in merch and
Make
you
it
don't have an eye on.
$76 at
Why
this
is she
point.
wearing the size XXL? She's clearly not happy about it. But who looked at this and said, good job, print? Now that's surprising. And what the fuck? They made the bottle properly. Yeah, one of those please, but bigger and
Quantum.
brown. Is that so hard?
Yes, they can't change
Let's
it.
get back to the game. December 2018.
Pants.
There are 2 new patches released that caused quite a stir.
Oh,
For good. For PC, they
Arma?
included a number of quality of life improvements, including push to talk. But it also brought in field of view sliders.
oh.
Hooray! Increased stash capacity from 400 pounds to 600 pounds, and a small buff to automatic weapons. Hooray!
Yay, buffsies.
They decreased the carry weight of bobby pins so it no longer took up 10 to 20% of people's inventory.
How
I
much
got a
do
box
you
of
think
bobby
bobby
pins
pins
the other
weigh?
week that said weigh these.
There were also upgrades to the camp that allowed for easier construction. And
If you have a game where you're going to have bobby pins in your pocket, why would you not... How do you not know the weight of a bobby pin? What do they used to be weighed as? They had to go to the owner, the whatever he is of Bethesda, and say, "Hey, weigh these. How much do these weigh?" Like, that's kind of embarrassing. 0.1. They weigh nothing. You have currently like 800 bobby pins on you. 0.10 is not 0.01. You had to go tell the guy to weigh bobby pins for the freaking
a bunch of
game.
bug fixes.
And the thing is bobby pins, I know you use them to do like lock picking and everything, but you have to know you're going to have a lot of that. So,
Hooray.
yay.
The bad.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of unannounced stealth nerfs.
I want one of those.
They generally made the game grindier. Ammo production was decreased. Fusion cores burnt out faster. Legendary enemies spawned less frequently.
On guard, I'll fuck you up.
And the backlash was significant because everybody knew why.
Yeah, why are you taking away all the cool enemy stuff and our ammo supply? What?
Bethesda was doing
Why were they doing it?
to encourage people to use the Atomic Shop.
That's scummy.
And let's talk briefly about that store. Some of the prices are outrageous. A Christmas
Hey,
tree
they're
for $12,
microtransactions,
a
so
Santa
silly.
outfit for $20,
20?
blue and yellow paint for $18. Oh look, $3 for the same sweater vest and slacks item imported from Fallout 4. But the biggest offense of all was the holiday emote bundle. $24 for some Christmas-themed emotes.
Is that the 50%
Twice
off
the
one?
price of these games. The media agreed that these were egregious prices.
What,
But worse, their
sloth?
engagements.
What was that monster guy?
The media agreed that
Is that monster? Why is there a sloth?
these were egregious prices. But worse, they're engaged in.
I wonder, did they mean to do this? Sorry, I keep going
The
back.
media
but-
agreed that these
So they had the sloth
were
monster,
egregious
and
prices.
then I like how there's a sloth ad. Did they do that on purpose? I hope they did.
But worse, they're
In the
engaged in
video.
some deceiving marketing practices too.
5% too?
Oh look, it's marked down half price.
That's in
But
the
it's
game?
not.
Oh, okay.
It was released half price. They're artificially jacking up the price, only to then give it a fake limited time.
Isn't that illegal?
Discount in order to create a sense of urgency. That's illegal.
Yep.
Here in Australia at least, in Canada, and in the EU. Reddit quickly picked up on this and pointed it out. Bethesda reacted by scrapping the discount and just setting it as the always intended price. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes of whining now, so I'm just going to leave it here. I didn't even get a chance to touch on the new pay-to-win fiasco.
Pay-to-win?
The new camera item that lets you teleport dwindling player numbers.
Poorly.
But on the flip side, they're also adding new content and improving the game over time. Heck, No Man's Sky was a surprising comeback. So, maybe Bethesda can do it too.
Just relax.
But for now, Todd returns to cryostasis, hiding in his bunker until the bombs of outrage stop falling, and returning only when it's time to get our hopes up once again.
The thing is, I was watching someone play this game at the beginning. Don't they like wake up and they're staring at their husband across with the baby in their arms, and then they have them opened, and then the people rip the baby out of the arms and shoot the husband in the head? That's 4.
CuriosityStream.com/internethistorian.
Internet historian!
Not many people know this, but I'm actually quite a good rap artist.
Well, let's hear
Rappist, if you will. So I'm going to say all these names for you from the credits as fast as I possibly can, in time with the scrolling. Here we go, one take.
All right, let's go. Let's hear it.
Justiel, Miles Millican, Justin Rowland, with Steve Rizzo, Drudders, Indigo Zero, Luke Hackle, Astatine 210, Jordan Prince, Dr. Tex, Papa Spicy Peter, Teft, Edgy Kid X, Bryce Toiler Ham, Nate Odenkirk, but Sanya Waffles, Krabby. If you want to get read by the rapist,
Nailed
then
it.
why don't you head over to
Spotify. When's it gonna be on Spotify? I want to listen to it on Spotify. That was the best rap song I've ever heard in my entire life. We're never seeing that game. It's never going to be released. No. Oh, hi, Secret. Hello from friends. Wish you lots of happiness and success in your streaming career. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's so sweet. Thank you. Was found playing the game. They found out it was a legit account, not a fake, by giving him items that would give him an achievement and check it to confirm it was a positive interaction, knowing a CEO playing games in his off time, and a lot of it was cool. The game had a little comeback, but it's basically dead. That's the best. Alright, sorry. You know, if like seeing a CEO like help create a game and then play it, I mean, that's pretty cool. You know, he's enjoying it as well. He or she is enjoying it as well, other than just making a game just to make money off of it. You know, they definitely need to enjoy it.